All right, so today is day 3, and it's about a little after 8 o'clock. Today was a really busy day. I had a lot going on for work this morning. I actually had a chance to sit down and interview Joel, who's one of the owners from Strong Hearts Cafe, which is here in Syracuse, and it is a completely 100% vegan restaurant. Actually, in this episode, we're going to have an interview with him and just kind of share some of the stuff that he had.
My name is Joel Capolongo. I'm the co-owner of Strong Hearts Cafe. We've been in business for 11 years. We opened in May of 2008. There are many reasons to go vegan. People do it for their own health, as you, Anthony, are attempting to do. People do it for the environment, and people do it for animal rights reasons. Me personally, I am vegan for ethical and moral reasons. I'm vegan for the animals.
I'm not like a crazy, give me a steak on top of a steak on top of a steak type eater. I'm just not that person. But I'm the furthest thing from a vegan or a vegetarian as well. But I want somebody who's possibly in the future considering doing this for whatever reason, health or ethical or for animal rights reasons, to be able to kind of get some information that kind of leans them towards that.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Gotcha. All right.
That was perfect.
I think these 7-day, 21-day, 30-day challenges are awesome. Honestly, Anthony, I think 7 days is a little light. I think you could do 21, no problem. It is easier to be vegan now in 2019 than it ever has been. I've been vegan since 1993, so 26 years. And I can tell you it's light years ahead of where it was 26 years ago. It is easy, there are options everywhere. You will want for nothing, you will be satisfied, you'll be satiated, you'll feel better, and I think it's the right decision. For people that are moving into a vegan direction, I wouldn't see it as limiting, I would see it as expanding your options. There are so many great options in Syracuse, not just Strong Hearts, but there's many ethnic options. There's awesome Thai food, there's Indian, there's Vietnamese, there's Mexican. There are so many great restaurants in Syracuse with amazing vegan options. You are not missing out on anything. If anything, you're expanding your palette, you're expanding your options, and it's easier, like I said before, it's easier now than it ever has been. It's just go to Wegmans, walk through Nature's Market. There's hundreds of vegan options on the shelves now, as opposed to even just 10 years ago, there was just maybe a dozen or so. That's multiplied by 10 now. So don't get overwhelmed. Don't feel like you're missing out. Like, we can make you an amazing burger here at Strong Hearts, and you won't even believe that's a veggie burger. The options have come so far. You're not going to be missing anything. Your palate will agree with me, trust me. Honestly, I'm vegan, Anthony, for the same reason why you wouldn't eat your dog. I watched your video last night explaining the challenge. I saw the dog come in the room. You dropped your dog off this morning at doggy daycare. I see all animals like you see your dog. Sentient, capable of suffering, capable of joy, capable of pleasure, having a personality. Pigs, cows, chickens, turkeys, any animal you eat has those same qualities, has the innate desire to live a life free of pain and suffering. So it's really not that big of a leap if you care about animals, if you say you love animals, if you wish to not cause suffering to animals, to extend that to every meal you eat. In a nutshell, that's why I'm vegan. Yeah, I would say many people go vegan for health reasons. At least initially, that's their impetus to try, to start. Many of my friends who are hardcore like animal rights people now started going vegan because they wanted to be healthier. The scientific and medical evidence is conclusive, it's overwhelming that vegan diets are not only healthy and adequate, but optimal. Many elite athletes nowadays are going vegan to improve their performance, to improve their recovery time. I personally know a lot of these ultra marathon runners who run literally 100 miles at a time on a vegan diet. If they can do it, anybody can do it. If they can perform at that high level, any ordinary citizen can do it. It is a very healthy diet if it's done properly. I mean, you can be vegan eating peanut butter and jelly and potato chips and french fries. I wouldn't recommend that. Yes, veganism is a healthier way of living, but you can also be unhealthy if you make the wrong choices. So in a nutshell, you can do it for health, you can do it for environmental reasons, or you can do it for ethical reasons.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of what I ate today, I woke up, I had a really, like I said, I had a really busy day. I had to drive pretty far for work. And so today I had the oatmeal with fruit and raspberries and blackberries for breakfast, and some almond milk in there. For lunch, we went to this restaurant in Syracuse called Mello Velo, and I had their veggie burger. Now, I will say it was pretty interesting to be living this lifestyle of the 7-day vegan challenge, and to go to a restaurant, and it's a restaurant I would have assumed would have been very vegan, vegetarian friendly. Only 2 items on the menu that were actually vegan friendly. One of them was like a tofu scramble. It was a breakfast food. The other one was a veggie burger that they make in-house, but it did have goat cheese on it, and so I had to substitute that. But it was really interesting to have to ask the waiter, like, what type of oil do they fry the french fries in, because it came with a side of french fries, and then it had an aioli on the burger, so I had to ask, what is that made out of? And that was vegan friendly. So aside from having to ask for no goat cheese, the burger was 100% vegan friendly, and to be honest with you, it was absolutely delicious. I would highly recommend that veggie burger to anybody. They make it in-house, the veggie burger. You know, a friend did ask me afterwards if the bun was vegan friendly. I don't know if it was. I didn't even think to ask. I hope it was. But anyways, Mello Velo. So it was very interesting to go to eat there and have to look at this menu and look and see, I can't have that, I can't have that, I can't have that. It was just kind of an interesting experience. And honestly, it's not one I really cared to repeat. I don't want to go to a restaurant and have this entire menu be whittled down to 2 possible things that I can have. That was not a very fun experience. So I'm going to be eating at Strong Heart soon, which I know is 100% vegan friendly. I'm going to be going to the Brinewell Eatery, which I know I'm going for this one specific vegan friendly plate. I might try a couple other restaurants out in Syracuse, but I really don't want to go through that same experience again. It wasn't embarrassing or anything like that. It wasn't very fun to like take 15 minutes to look through the ingredients and see if there's anything I could have. So whatever. I'm sitting here, microphone and all that, in my back patio area. I just had my friend John McDaniel on the podcast, the Eat Local CNY podcast. You can find it wherever podcasts can be found. It's literally on just about every platform, iTunes and Spotify and all that. Just search Eat Local CNY. But I just had John on the podcast. He's been vegan now for 12 years. And so we just spent the last hour talking about his perspectives on everything, and it was pretty interesting. So look for that podcast. I can't promise you when it's going to drop. At the latest, it's going to be Monday, but maybe before that. But anyways, Eat Local CNY podcast. Look that up and give it a listen. It's a great conversation we had. That's really all I got for you today. For lunch, I had that veggie burger. I've snacked on some almonds and some fruit since then. I've had a couple beers today or tonight. But I haven't had dinner yet, and to be quite honest, I haven't been hungry since lunch. It was a very filling lunch I had at noon. That's all I got. Tomorrow, I'm looking forward to seeing what the day brings me as I continue the 7-day vegan challenge. So thank you so much for following along. For those of you that are watching, it means a lot. All right, I will catch you all tomorrow.